Why do they not like you?
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say I have no idea.
Explain to me in general your wholesaling business, marketing strategies, your team, and how you're running the entire operation.
So for me, Knoxville's really profitable. I love Myrtle Beach. I have a Tennessee operation, Michigan, Ohio, and for some crazy reason, we're making a lot of money kind of in the I'm not gonna say it was illegal. It was not. I ain't gonna incriminate myself. Straight to prison, straight to jail.
Yeah.
All I do is buy PPL. No. The only forex I do is forexing people's income. So that's it.
I'm here with Zach Ginn. He is a top 5 wholesaler in the whole United States, and he is closing over $1 million in assignment fees every single month. I came here to figure out how exactly is he making his money. Is he really making his money from wholesaling? Is he making money from YouTube, or is he making his money from other places? Guys, welcome Zach.
There we go. Awesome. What's up, guys? I just make all my money on YouTube. That's it. That's the real reason.
Yeah. It's just YouTube?
Yep.
It's not affiliates. It's not something shady, some hidden thing.
I showed you how much I was making on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I actually saw.
Okay. I think you make more. You made more in that deal yesterday than I will make this month on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot.
Well, guys, I brought Zach here to teach you exactly how he makes his money so that you can replicate what he does, maybe on a smaller scale, eventually, hopefully get to his size. We're all chasing that. So I'm actually going to bring you actionable advice. So Zach, let's start with just wholesaling, because Zach has a lot of different forms of income. Most successful people do. But let's start with just the wholesaling. Explain to me in general your wholesaling business, marketing strategies, your team, and how you're running the entire operation.
Well, so I currently run about 3 wholesaling businesses. That's kind of the way I kind of split it up. Kind of like you. Like you have 2 wholesaling businesses. I basically have 3. So it's technically 2. So you have JVs, direct to seller. I have what I call my local wholesaling business. Then I have my virtual wholesaling business, and then my JV operations. That's kind of the way I kind of look at things. I'll be honest with you, the smallest one's gonna be the local, but it's the leanest and meanest, right? So these are gonna be where the big $60, $70, $80,000 rips are, and that's when we are physically sending a bunch of direct mail, calls, texts, and we're physically going on the appointment, meeting a seller, belly to belly, and we talk to them, we lock up a deal, then we send it to our cash buyer list, and we get it dispoed. A lot of the local stuff, we like to do something called wholetailing, where we'll just buy the deal ourselves and then put like 5, 6, 7 grand, mostly cosmetics, flooring, paint, throw it back on the market, then make a bigger spread. That's like the local business. On the virtual side, it's the same thing, but it's in markets that are extremely profitable. So, you know, people like to do like big nationwide stuff. I'm not a big nationwide guy because if you're doing all over the country, it's kind of hard because you're spread so thin in 50 markets. And so what I like to do is I like to do a bunch of virtual wholesaling and then niche down on what's profitable, what's not. So for me, Knoxville's really profitable. I love Myrtle Beach. I have a Tennessee operation, Michigan, Ohio, and for some crazy reason, we're making a lot of money kind of in the Oklahoma area too. And then obviously a little bit of Dallas, but that's kind of for the JV part. So we'll do any, like for the JVs, like I'll do a deal anywhere. Like I'm telling you, like if there's a good spread, I'll do it. But for virtual wholesaling, it's going to be very specific markets. I used to be a lot bigger than that. And then for the JVs, anywhere I can make money, right? I think we've been talking about it for a while, but like if the deal works, I'll do it anywhere because you just go to X Leads and go get you a bunch of buyers. I mean, it's kind of how I do it. So if there's buyers, population over 100,000 in the county, I'm willing to do it.
Guys, you won't believe this. 5 of you who clicked the link down below could win a year's worth of X leads. How? I just released my $10,000 wholesaling course that only costs 50 cents a day. So for less than a Netflix subscription, you can get access to my AI calculators, my contract templates, my scripts, and I'll even comp your deals to make sure you're locking up awesome deals. But if you join right now, you will be entered into the $50,000 estimated value giveaway. We're hosting the giveaway in 72 hours on Sunday. We're giving away X Leads annual subscriptions. We're giving away free cold callers. You're gonna have cold callers working for you for free for 30 days. I'm giving away custom websites, free dialers. Guys, we're giving away so much stuff if you just enter the wholesalers. Oh, and by the way, if you really want to win that X Leads annual subscription, refer your friends to the community and you'll get more entries. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the academy. Back to the video and see the giveaway rules down below, the official rules. Gotcha. So you have 3 different aspects of your business. You got your virtual wholesaling, you got your local wholesaling, and then you also have your JVs, which is primarily how I make a lot of my money because I love JVs, right? You're not spending much, if at all, on marketing. Our marketing costs are the YouTube, but specifically on the direct to seller, whether that's local or virtual, what's your main strategy? I mean, you're the PPL, PPC guy, right?
Yeah. All I do is buy PPL leads. Depending on how this comes out, you know, we have on X Leads, we have a big shock. coming out that not a lot of people are going to know. So hopefully version 3, I don't know if this is coming out before or after. I'm not going to say it on here just in case because your editors are pretty fast. But we have a lot of big marketing things we're doing that I can't really say. For example, version 3 of X Leads, right? And I feel like I'm making an infomercial, but there's this like special list I think I just told you about. It's going to be really awesome. So to be honest, I'm not a PPL, PPC guy. I know that's a joke. Like I'm pretty much known in the wholesaling space for not liking those things. And I don't like them because I'm a hater. Everyone thinks I'm a certified hater. But the reason I don't like them and the reason they don't work for me is I just get a 3 to 4x return on my ad spend, which is just not good in a wholesaling operation. Roughly, I like to be at 8, 9, 10x usually with that stuff. And so primary for marketing, it's going to be cold calling, texting, and a stupid amount of direct mail. That's kind of my main 3. We like email blasting here and there. Virtual wholesaling is a lot better, but it's just a bunch of calls, texts, and direct mail.
I love this. The boring older strategies, guys. Zach is killing it, making over 7 figures a month, calling, text blasting, and then direct snail mail. But you must be like spending, I mean, walk me through the numbers, because if you're getting like a 10x return, are you spending $100,000 a month on marketing?
So usually you want about a 10x, and so it's going to be actually way under that because I'm not making a majority of my income from like the most expensive stuff. So the most expensive marketing is going to be direct mail. That's actually our smallest one. I be honest right here, and I wish I could say it's different, but a large portion of my income is going to be from JVs. Like that is just, it's just the truth now. You know, it used to be like 20% of my money, then 30 to 40, and now it's creeping up to over 50% now of all like the money I make is on JVs, and it costs me, I don't know how much, just to do a little video, let people teach wholesaling real estate for free, and they send me deals. Now, it's expensive to run all that stuff, I mean, as you know, but primary way is going to be around 6 figures a month, but it's pretty dang lean. I mean, I wish I could spend more, but like when you own a wholesaling software company, you can make it a lot cheaper. Like for example, you're saying what, 120,000 texts? Which sounds like, oh my God, bro, what is it, $800 on XLeads? Like, I mean, it's kind of hard to, if you're calling and texting, just go overboard on that. VAs are very expensive, but if you know how to run them, I think you kind of got an inside look today on how I run my VAs and my operations. They're VAs, but they're not VAs, right? They're really cheap, but they're higher quality than anyone in America, and English is pretty dang good.
Guys, I will say, I got a behind the scenes look at all of Zach's companies, how he runs them. It's run like a Fortune 500 company. It's bulletproof. I was so impressed. But Zach, before I get started talking about how someone out here, like should they start with direct to seller? Should they start with JVs and how they actually do that?
Yeah.
Let's try to be a little bit more relatable here. I mean, you've been wholesaling for what, almost 10 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like when you got started? I mean, did you start off and just start ripping $100,000, $200,000 a month? Or like, what was it like?
Yeah, so I was about 16 when I first got started in wholesaling. Got my first deal at 17. It's like I was like end of 16, but I like to say 16 because it sounds cooler. But pretty much 9 years, I'm about to approach 10. And I got started in this business 16 years old, and the whole landscape was so different when I got started, right? When I got started, I was just putting bandit signs out, and I made $100,000 by the time I graduated high school, just off of putting those We Buy Ugly Houses signs. And I got lucky. You can call it divine intervention, but I used to put them outside my high school wrestling tournaments. And in Florida, a lot of the high schools are by busy intersections, and it was kind of just good luck for me. And eventually, you know, I started making a lot of my bandit signs, and I sent so many bandit signs out in certain counties, which will not be named, that they made a task force for me for code enforcement, because it was, I'm not gonna say it was illegal, it was not, I ain't gonna incriminate myself, but it was not good. Apparently code enforcement didn't like it, and so they hired 4 full-time people, and their whole job was to take bandit signs out. And I would go to high school, put bandit signs out, go to class, come back between class, put more signs out, and then keep going back and forth. And that dried up really dang quick. I went to college, figured out you can't do bandit signs virtually, learned virtual wholesaling, cold calling, and the rest is pretty much history. But the time was a lot different. Like back in the good old days, I used a company called Lead Sherpa, and I believe it was $300 a month for unlimited texting. Unlimited. You do not give a 19-year-old who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year unlimited texting. That got really bad. And the reason FYI A2P is a thing is I was definitely one of the reasons. And it got bad. It was really bad. No opt-out language. It was the Wild West back then, and it was a good time. And I definitely leveraged a lot of that into kind of getting more higher up marketing. But still, marketing is essentially just getting eyeballs and attention that you're looking to buy houses. And the best way right now still is cold calling.
But like, you're making it sound like 10 years ago, though it was, the easiest time to make money. And now, is it too late for everyone? Are you getting all the deals? Can someone start now and still find success? And if so, what should they do?
Yeah, so the reason why it was back then was way easier. When I talk about how good a wholesaling market is, people think I'm crazy, but it's true. This is the most true statement you're gonna hear about this. How good a wholesaling market is for virtual or local wholesaling is how many wholesalers in the market and how many real estate deals there are in a market. So for example, if there is in Houston, Texas, maybe this month, 200 at most, maybe 250, 300 wholesaling deals being done in Houston, Texas. And if there is 1,000 people trying to get wholesaling deals, it's a pretty good ratio. If you go to Phoenix, Arizona, you're probably at 400, but you got 6,000 wholesalers. And so it's always a ratio. It's never oh my gosh, it's 500 deals, 1,000. It's screwed up everywhere. But what you see in some markets, like in Philadelphia, right? Everyone said wholesaling was done. It was illegal. You go straight to prison, straight to jail. Well, guess what happened? The amount of deals stayed the same, but all the wholesalers left because everyone told them they were going to prison. It's a good opportunity for me. I hit up my boy Ralph Pena and then started JVing with him because he's in Philly and he knows the law, and we actually use real lawyers and title companies, and it works really, really well. So back then, the amount of deals have always been the same. There's a lot less wholesalers. Now, deals are still there-ish, but there's just way more wholesalers now than ever. I mean, go Google Trends, look at the amount of people searching virtual wholesaling. It's jacked up like crazy. But for you, when you do JVs, which is a big part of my business, it's all about how many wholesalers there are, not about the deal. I mean, deals are important, but deals are always stationary. But when there's more wholesalers, there's more JV opportunities to happen. Because if the worst epidemic in America for wholesaling is people that lock up deals for too high, or they just lock up a deal and they can't find a buyer, and then they just get out of the deal and it goes to a realtor. And realtors don't deserve money. Ew.
Guys, like I said, Zach and I are making a lot of our money from JVs, and I'm going to talk to you guys here in a little bit about how you can also do JVs, because there's an easy way that you can plug right into the JV system with pretty much no experience and start just making, I don't know what, $10,000 a month if you're consistent with
one
it.
deal.
Yeah, you should be able to make $10,000 a month consistently doing the strategy. But before we get into that, Zach, we're friends, we're hanging out in Florida at a super nice mansion, we're living it up. And guys, I started on YouTube 3 years ago. I went up the rankings, sort of worked my way up, and I've gotten to meet a lot of the gurus, a lot of the celebrities, right? I'm friends with Pace Morby, got to do, a podcast with him. RJ Bates, he's a close friend now. Got to meet Jerry. I'm in the inner circles, but it's so weird to me because I'm friends with Zach. I'm friends with these people, but Zach, why do all these gurus, these whatever you call them, but these influencers, these people who are providing all these YouTube videos, all this content, why do they not like you?
I love them. I have nothing bad to say about anyone. I love them all. I texted Jerry, he didn't text me back. I've done podcasts with those people. For every single person you mentioned, I've messaged them, texted them nice things. I've all tried to get them on my channel, and I've invited every single one of them on my channel. Most of them hop on my channel. I've been on their channels, all great things. I have nothing bad to say about anyone. I think, honestly, everyone's doing their own thing. That's fine. People don't like me sometimes because, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say I have no idea. Maybe it's because I have the largest wholesaling community. Maybe it's because I have the largest wholesaling course. Maybe it's because I kind of found a way to make money without selling something. I don't know. But all those people you mentioned, from what I could tell, they make millions of dollars. And so I don't think they hate me. I mean, I've never heard them say they hated me. They're great.
If I can push back on that, the one thing that they say to me is they're just like, Max, you're hanging out with Zach. Zach built his brand on bringing people like us down. Do you think that's true? Did you build your brand by calling these people out?
What did you say in the beginning? What was the first sentence you said? I was calling them what? What did you call them all?
You call them gurus, and you were known as the guru slayer, right?
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How many times on my YouTube channel in the past year have I said that word?
The word guru? I couldn't tell you. Zero?
In the year of 2025, I have not said that word once. I've said it 0 times. So I don't understand why that's a thing against me. I've not had zero conversation with you about this. I don't think you know this. I've never mentioned it once. I haven't said that word in the year 2025. Go on every live stream ever. I invite everyone. Go to YouTube. There's a transcript button. Just do Control F. I've never said that word once. So I don't understand why that's a thing against me. Rick might have said it, not me. So I never said it. No,
don't throw Rick under the bus.
I've never said that word this year at all.
All right, you heard it here first, y'all. Well, hey, I you got to ask the drama questions. You always do. Okay, so let's get back to the wholesaling real quick. So you're getting a better understanding of Zach's operation, how he's actually making his money wholesaling with his direct-to-seller company, and he has tens and tens and tens of employees. I got an inside look at it. He also has his father, Rick, tens, dozens, hundreds?
If he had X leads, it's hundreds.
Okay, all right. He has over 100 employees.
I told you this yesterday. Everyone's like, hundreds of. I'm like, well, how many are in person?
Sure.
How many are there virtual? And like VAs, right? I could say hundreds to make you seem all cool, but like in person, yeah, it's gonna be under 100. But like if you put everyone together, then sure. But it's like it's already an army, right? We almost got 40 on the customer service side for like we could play this game all day.
Sure.
But like I think it's like the people with doors. How many doors you got? 1, 2, 3. We can just count how many doors in this house.
Yeah.
There's probably 50 doors in this house.
Or you do a pad split and you have 6 doors at one house. But anyways, JVs is like your new, like, this is the best way to make money in 2025. 2026, guys, you need to be JVing. And guys, I'm biased. Like, I make primarily most of my money through JVs. Can you explain to everyone, what do you mean by JVs, and what's your simple, you have an acronym for it, what's your simple rule of thumb that people can implement right now to go and make money this month?
Yes. So the biggest problem I see going on wholesaling are people that lock up deals and they just can't get it disposed. I think that is a terrible problem, and a lot of people have that issue. Now, why is that? 2 main reasons. Number 1, they lock it up for too high, lack of education, they don't want to comp, they don't know if the deal's good or not. Number 2, they just can't find a good cash buyer. Main 2 reasons. Now, there's 2 reasons why you can't dispo. 2 reasons you can't dispo is you locked up for too high and you're just in a bad market. 2 reasons why you can't go out here and sell a wholesaling deal. I don't care whatever software you have, if you have a deal locked up in the middle of nowhere in Texas, it's gonna be really hard to dispo it. I'm sorry. If you have a good deal locked up in Dallas right now, it doesn't take much to get it sold. I'm sorry. You don't really need much of a pulse there. So the thing about it, especially in the wholesaling real estate space, still people to this day just can't get past that finish line because they've never done a wholesaling deal. They just don't know the education, that whole entire process. And so what I like to do is I like to coach people, mentor people in my mentorship. And basically what I do is, this is my mentorship program. I'll invite you to join my team for one wholesaling deal. We'll have this, what do you call it, a joint venture on this one project. We'll do it together, go 50-50, and you will go work with my whole entire dispo team. They will help you out. They will analyze the deal with you. They'll call you up. They'll say, this is a good deal here, where you should be at. Then what they're going to do is they're going to find a cash buyer. We're going to tell you how we found the cash buyer. We're going to do a walkthrough with you, tell you how the walkthrough process works, bring it to title, you update it on title. Guess what? When it closes, I get half, you get half. And guess what? Your hand was held the entire wholesaling process. So it's like coaching, just I don't get paid unless you get paid, which I think is pretty dang cool. I challenge all these wholesaling programs, right? And I think we were talking about the other day, you had a $34,000 wholesaling deal?
Yep, that was yesterday.
Okay, $34,000 on a wholesale deal on maxdispo.com. But I challenged you on that one. I said, okay, because I think we were talking about, we're on the beach and this dolphin swam by you and he went, ah! Did that happen? Yes or no? That did happen. A dolphin swam by and you almost cried. You thought it was a shark.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Texas man. But basically, we're talking about this and I was like, okay, if you had a wholesaling program, let's say it's $12,000 and it was one Zoom a week for 1 hour, right? So 1 hour a week for a year, that's 52 hours. Yeah. And someone paid you 12 grand. That's a pretty dang good coaching deal, right? Everyone would take that. So that is 52 hours for $12,000. And I asked you on that $35,000 deal, which you got a split of, right? How many hours did you put in the deal altogether? And you said 12?
Yeah, about 10.
So
about
10,
the same.
10.
12, 10,
so you did
whatever.
10 hours to make about 17. So I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And then guess what? If you have a bigger operation like me, you'll be there soon, hopefully. You don't even have to spend any hours. You just have somebody underneath you, right? You got some really cool people on your team. I think eventually, hopefully, if they're watching, they could maybe get a little raise. And then you can go on.
You're saying I'm underpaying my employees?
No. But like, you can just kind of like run a farm or something. I don't know. Maybe in the future. You'd be a little farm boy. And you could just be doing the farm and they're running everything for you. And so you spent 0 hours to make, let's say, not 17, but like 15,000. That's better than coaching. And I think the young generation of wholesalers have all figured this out. Some haven't, but we're working on it and we'll go from there. And I think that is the future of wholesaling real estate. And I truly, truly believe in my heart that the whole model, this is still coaching and mentorship. It's just mentorship. If you do well, I do well, and I have an incentive to help you. If you give me $12,000, the only incentive is that you don't charge back on your credit card and I don't get a bad review. That's basically it.
I mean, I have to agree, guys. That's how I make my money. And when you bring me a deal, I am fighting for my life to make sure this deal sells, because not only am I going to get paid, it's my reputation on the line. So I get what Zach's saying. And I got to, feed my employees, right? And what better way to learn than to actually do one wholesale deal? Because I'm sure you've seen it. It takes 3 months for some people to get their first deal. It took me almost 6 months to get my first deal. It takes some people 12 months, 24 months. But the moment you get your first deal, your second deal is usually a few weeks away. Your third deal, right around the corner. And then you're at 10 before you know it. Then you get to 100, around where I am. Then you're going to get to, I don't even know how you've done, probably thousands of deals, right?
Over 4,000.
But you have to get that first deal. And the best way to get that first deal, at least what Zach is saying, it's not to sign up for some, course or anything. I mean, yes, you need to learn, right? There's a ton of good information on these courses.
You trolled me yesterday. You said you bought in on a 5-figure wholesaling coaching program.
I'm in multiple.
And I said why? And of course you made your money back on it, but like, you're just trolling me. I think you did just to mess with me, but
I do believe there is value in some of these courses. Now, can you not learn that by doing it? Can you not learn that on YouTube? Absolutely. If you're looking for a way to cut straight to the point and just grab this information, I mean, do it. Zach and I are a little bit different on it. He's like, never do it. I do see value in these. It's fine, right? Everyone has their thing. But I think the best course, period, is getting a deal.
It's better than any mentorship program you get. And if you want a course, just go to freewholesaling.com, teach you how to wholesale real estate for free. I mean, 42,000 people in a course. Like, I mean, there's not one wholesaling community with 42,000 people in it. No brainer.
Let me just remind you that you can get a $10,000 wholesaling course for just 50 cents a day. Guys, sign up right now because the prices are going up real soon. Forever. You're never going to be able to get this cheap of pricing for such a good course and community. I teach you everything you need to get your first deal, scale to 10 deals, scale to $1 million, and then one day, maybe one day we can get to where Zach is. All right. Back to exposing Zach Ginn.
So guys, you've gotten a pretty good idea on the exposed video of how Zach Ginn is really making his money. A good chunk of it is coming from direct to seller. A lot of it's surprisingly coming from JVs. Very little is coming from YouTube. What about, I mean, you used to be a big affiliate guy, but then you started your own software X leads. So, hey man, as a finance guy, I got my finance degree at school. I really find it interesting to know like how much someone is making on their new ventures. So has X leads been profitable? Is it going well? Has it overcame affiliates? Do you still make money with affiliates? What's going on?
So just to be nice, what I'll say is I was the top affiliate for many wholesaling softwares, not every single one, but most of them I was their top affiliate. And I love promoting them. I was just using the softwares and making a lot of money doing it. And I never wanted to get in the software. I actually made videos talking about it's a bad idea to make software and to do that while wholesaling. And I don't know what happened. I started getting a lot of ideas in my head about this would be really cool if the software had this, because all I did was wholesaling. I'm like, it'd be cool if this happened or this happened or this happened. And I went back to a lot of software companies, and not one, but like many ones. I said, hey, it'd be cool if you added this feature. For example, I asked many software companies, it would be amazing. I said, let me show you exactly how I pull probates in 15 markets. I said, can you please, and I'm begging them. I'm like, please just try to find a probate list. You can make $1,000 a month. I don't care. Just try to just at least provide that. And they didn't think there's any money in it. And I'm making $60,000 every single probate deal. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then I say, well, can we add this? And they say no. And then many ideas, I'll give a lot of software companies credits. I will not say I am the reason for it, but I am the strong influence that something like this happened. And eventually hit the point where it's like, well, it became where I've been set down by many CEOs of software companies. And I'm basically told, I'm not exactly, but like, you're the software guy. They say, I'm the software guy, you're the influencer. That is the separation. And I'm like, well, I'm also one of the top wholesalers in the country. And I got a little upset, and there were some situations where they decided where they just, you know what, I'm not going to say it. I will allude to something and you can let me know how you feel about it. But there are many software companies in 2024 that I don't know if it's profitability or anything. I have no idea, but they just stopped paying out affiliates. Not that they stopped, but it's slightly reduced. And then went, and I was like, what's going on? You can elaborate however you want on that one, but many software companies just were struggling. I don't know why. Maybe it was a boom and a bust. I don't know, but they stopped like paying out a bunch of people, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Why not? Why don't you pay the influencers? And I'm not getting the whole thing. It's not one software. It's many ones. And I've had plenty of run-ins from companies where they said, you know, we're just not making money this month, so we're not going to pay you. And I'm like, well, I brought you thousands of people, and they're like, I'm like, okay, whatever. And that's not the main. It's never money, but going on this long rant.
This dude goes on rants.
I go on rants. But basically, I couldn't at all get my feedback done. And I learned a lot of these software companies, they just go to big data companies, billion-dollar data companies, by the way, I'm not calling it, billion-dollar data companies, and they basically get the high equity list, the probate list, the pre-foreclosure list, and they get it, and then what they do is they just make a UI, and then they just feed the data into it, and then they call it a software. I'm not calling any software out. Many softwares get their own data. For example, I think before Batch Leads got acquired, they were getting data from Batch Data, and from everything I know from talking to Evo and Jesse there, which amazing guys, by the way, and you have to give Annie her props. She's a big influence in that thing too. They were sourcing their own skip tracing and data. Like, I've never seen many companies like that. Give a shout out to them on there. They were doing their own data, so I'm not calling them out or anyone else, but like, they were basically going out here and buying data from big box place and just inputting it in their own thing. And I said, huh. And then I basically said, okay, well, let me go get the same data as them. Not specific anyone, but like same data as most of the big box ones, and I'm just going going to make my own. And then from there, I can start building whatever I wanted on. And I added everything I loved about every software ever. Like, because you know, some softwares have good comping, some have good skip tracing, some have this. So I took whatever I loved of everything. I took my favorite drawing for dollar stuff. I got free unlimited skip tracing. I love these type of lists. I love being able to find cash buyers in Dispo Easy. I love the ability to list your deal and then just blast it out and just like everything. And it became X Leads. And so I made my own software company and started adding my own things on there. We have a dialer now, texting software. We are able to pull data, free unlimited skip tracing, and all for 97 bucks a month, which has never been done. There's not one wholesaling software as of recording this video that's $97 a month that is free unlimited skip tracing. I don't believe it can be done because I am the only one who wants to do it. So rant over. As of this video, I believe we are the top 5. No one really reveals their data anymore, but from all of my internal metrics, we are top 5 wholesaling software companies, and X Leads is 11 months old. So we're going to be top 3 by next year, and we're gunning for top 1 the next 5 years before I'm 30 years old.
It's really incredible because, guys, 12 months ago, software was $0 of Zach's income and net worth. But now, so about a year later, and congrats on almost 12 months with X Leads, roughly what percentage is X Leads now of your total like monthly income? So if you're doing $1 million wholesaling, like where are you roughly at with X Leads?
So X Leads makes money now. I will let you know, I was running it at a very, very low number and a loss for a while, but I don't know how to say this the right way. But when you get so many, yeah, I wish I could lie to you, but like I think I showed you how many users it has. And you do some back of the paper math. It's like it gets to a point where it has so many users, it's like wow. Like once you come like top 5, it's hard not to make money. So it does make money. I will tell you this now, it is becoming profitable and it's doing very, very well. And you know, if that's a problem, that's a problem. But it's not making as much as profit-wise as any other software company because it's at 97 bucks a month. So I like Arizona Tea. Was it 99 cents?
Yeah.
I love it. And he's a billionaire. That guy's a billionaire, by the way. 99 cents and $97. And that's why we could charge 130, we could charge 160, we could charge 200 a month. And we'd probably have a ton of users doing that. I could double the revenue. I don't care. I just want to get good software that's amazing, that's always innovating. And I don't know when this is being recorded, but I showed you version 3 that's coming out and it's disgusting. You just tried out the buyer match AI, crazy stuff.
It was sick, guys. I made 5 calls, already had 3 or was it 4 solid buyers. Already had a conversation with one of them. He already saw a property that happened in like 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, I have to admit, I love X Leads, guys. I've tried all the wholesaling softwares, and X Leads has always just been my go-to software for an all-in-one software. So Zach did what he set himself out to do.
It's the only all-in-one.
It is the only.
So think about this. You can pull your data. You can get free skip tracing included. You can comp. Okay, think about this for a second. Then you have a CRM. Then you have a dialer. Then you have your SMS. Then you have an email. Then you have your SEO website, text blasting, which I already said twice, but whatever. It's stupid cheap. And then you can dispo. You can list your deal. You can email blast it, and then you can just use AI with the buyers and just find the top buyers with AI. I have not been able to see one other all-in-one software like this, and there are plenty other softwares, by the way, that are more premium, less premium, that are more expensive, that do way different things than us, obviously, but it's the only all-in-one thing that for any software and any wholesaler, they can use it.
So guys, that gives you an idea of the software side of things. Now, something before we wrap up this video, Zach is a guy that doesn't talk much about his personal life. I mean, even after meeting him for a few days, I'm still out of the loop. But I want to know, I mean, we're talking about how you're making all your money. I mean, are you also making money as a real estate investor? Are you only flipping paper? Do you also make money investing? I mean, a lot of people here want to become investors one day. Do you recommend people buy properties? Do you not have time for that? You're like focus only on wholesaling? Give us an idea.
I think I told you, what was it? I spent $50,000 last week on concrete for a multifamily. And that was a small little multifamily one, but I've never spent that much money just on the bill for concrete. That's not labor. That's just on concrete.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much is concrete? Is that liquid gold? Apparently, you gotta get a truck. But who knows? I'm not really much in the development part until that. But yes, I own a lot of real estate. I will tell you, from the millions of dollars me and Rick can make a year, we pretty much try to live off of less than 10% of that. That's just a personal rule I have. I think most people can live off of 20 if they're making 6 figures, high enough 6 figures. But we're gonna live off about 10% of that, and then the rest I like to invest it. I'm not really too fancy. Got some Givenchy on right now. No, it's municipal. But basically, I like to just buy real estate, and then I like to do a little bit of equities here and there. And I'm also into a couple things which you know that I just don't say out there. But let's just say they're very profitable. That's all I could say. That's all I could say.
He buys shit coins, guys.
No.
And he trades Forex.
Yeah, that's what I do. But no, the only Forex I do is Forexing people's income. So that's it. Together.
Dude, that's so good.
You're gonna steal that.
Dude, that's so good.
That got you?
Dude, that was,
Of all the jokes I've said, that
that was
got
actually
you.
funny.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there you guys have it. That's like giving you an idea of how Zach Ginn is making all of his money, where he started, where he is now. Also gave you some ideas how you can pretty much implement what Zach is doing into your business. But Zach, what's the future of Zach Ginn, Flip with Rick? Like you mentioned, you're going to keep working on software. You're going to grow to number one, which guys, I don't doubt. But what else do you want to do with wholesaling? Is this something that you're just going to do until you're 30, cash out, move on? Do you want to wholesale the rest of your life? Like what's next for Zach?
Well, I mean, so I've had these conversations before with Rick and like everyone, and he's my dad, but I call Rick because everyone knows who Rick is.
Yeah.
You know, a random guy won't know who Dad is for me. But okay, let's look at this, right? I could have plenty of exits out of wholesaling and software. I could just have complete walkout. And I said I could do that plenty of times. But the main issue with that right now is, okay, I exit it. I gotta do something. Like, what am I, 25? What am I gonna do with my life? I mean, I could live on an island but like, is my life supposed to be fishing on a dock like the rest of my life for the next 40, 50 years? Like, is that a life worth living? And it's like, well, what else do I like to do outside of wholesaling? There's plenty of things I love to do outside of wholesaling, but like when it comes to business stuff, there's no passion except for wholesaling. I mean, you hear me just rant and talk all day long. I mean, that's all I do. I love talking about wholesale. I talk about other things too, but wholesaling is like this main thing. And so it's like, get rid of that. Like, what else am I going to do? You know, and so I want to stay in this for as long as I can. My biggest mission in the future now is I've told you this, but it's to make wholesalers. You might be like, Zach, what are you talking about? There are a ton of wholesalers in the game. There's a ton of wholesalers that follow me. I love them, but my biggest issue right now is not enough people know about wholesaling. I'm trying to make it as popular as possible. So I made it a mission. I want wholesaling to be in the influencing game when it comes to being an entrepreneur. And so one big thing I did was I got in school. And school's ran by Sam Ovens, Alex Ramosi. Love those guys. And I've actually, you know, doing well in school. It's the #1 real estate school group. And so I can talk to Sam now because my group's now large enough, and we talk back and forth about wholesaling. And I'm not gonna say I'm the reason why Alex Ramosi talks about wholesaling, but I will let you know this. Look at Alex Ramosi's post from 2 years back, not one word about wholesaling. He's making posts, he's talking about wholesaling. And I wanna hopefully think if I'm the top 20 largest school groups, hopefully I'm influencing that maybe. I know Sam knows about wholesaling, the CEO of school. And so hopefully I can get the influencers to start talking about wholesaling more and get it in the mainstream, because I truly believe this in my heart. If you were 18 years old, there's only 2 things you can do if you want to make a ton of money without any cash. If you're 18 and you got no money and you want to make 10 grand in the next 30 days, you can either shake your butt on the internet for money or you can wholesale houses. And I'm too ugly for #1. So I have to wholesale. So basically, if you're 18, you want to make $10,000 in the next 30 days and you got no cash, wholesaling houses is the only thing you can do. Let's do Forex. You need at least $1,000 to just go do the day trading.
Well, the thing is, you'll lose your money.
You'll lose your money. And if
you can't lose your money with wholesaling if you know how to do your contracts properly and if you don't just waste it on marketing.
If you royally screw up in wholesaling, you have $0, you leave with $0. Day trading, you get in with 5, you lose 5. You buy a wholesaling course with no money, you put it on a credit card, you're out 10 grand. One of my best students in freewholesaling.com are people that put credit card payments on they put credit card payments on a wholesaling course, lost all the money, came back, made 20 grand, and they made it all back. And I tell them they spent 7 grand to learn who I was. I think it was a pretty good price.
All right, guys, there you have it. This has been my interview with Zach, and it's giving you an understanding of how he's actually making money. When I first saw Zach on YouTube, probably like 3, maybe 4 years ago now, well, one, I never thought I'd be here, so that's just the power of hard work and turning on the camera and making calls every day, guys. But number 2, I didn't think this guy was actually making this much money. I actually saw his business. From everything I can see, it's legitimate. But the other thing, guys, is, you know what? I didn't think he was going to be this genuine, this authentic, and I didn't think that everything he would actually tell you, if you implemented, would work. But I took the challenge, and everything Zach has told me over the past, probably he's been personally mentoring me 6, maybe 7, 8, 9 months now, I have done, and my business has skyrocketed. And not just like wholesaling business, everything. So seriously, guys, when Zach tells you something, I think maybe less than 1% of you are actually implementing it. Implement what he says, and you will see insane returns if you just keep at it.
I'm telling you, it's true.
It's true, guys. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, like. I don't know if you know who this guy is, Zach, but follow his channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.